Uh-oh, phone. Not wanting to stay in the hands of the dawn. Oh. So, I'm going live. Today is Wednesday. I want you guys to know that I really hadn't. Hi, Kristen. Hello, girly. Look, you're the first one on. I see. I wanted you guys to know that, hey, Rachel. Yay. I wanted you guys to know that I really haven't done really any readings. Just one or two here and there. I've had to take a lot of time, for both my health and well-being. My health especially, but I'm breathing so much better today. I'm down doing the nebulizer only twice a day now. So it's good. It's good. Hey, Margaret. Hey, Gigi. Hey, Deborah. But, it's been good for me in a way. I think the part that I just really miss the most is coming live with you guys, Coffee with Dawn, I miss my friends, but I just had to take care of myself. And if I'm not taking care of myself, how can I tell you guys? Oh, look, my little hairs are sticking up. My little hairs are sticking up. They're starting to grow back because I haven't been sleeping with the CPAP. You know what I mean? So without being on the CPAP, it's like I've had to learn how to sleep again. And it's not a good sleep. It really is not. My little curls. Yeah, you couldn't tell the other night. It's just like, hi, Alicia. But yeah, I mean, it's not a good sleep. It's a very restless sleep. So, like, sometimes I have to take naps during the day. Otherwise, I'm falling asleep sitting up. Falling asleep. Not having visions. Falling asleep. Oh, thanks, Margaret. Hi, Jennifer. Good morning. Oh, thanks. Hi, Ada. The thing is that, just even a simple thing like blocked chakras. You can see how now I've been healing lately the last couple days from the throat chakra. My throat chakra is very susceptible. So is the... I've got two areas that are just really... They hold all my stress, my stomach and my throat. And during this time, I had to take the time off. And you could tell the times that I really wanted to go live with Coffee with Dawn because I'd scheduled them. And then things came up. Things that I can't control. You know what I mean? Oh, Todd. It's been rough. I'm not sleeping with my CPAP because it's on a recall. I didn't think it was on recall. If you remember when the whole recall first came out, it's like, oh no, my CPAP's good. Because I called them and that's what they told me. Yeah, I got a letter. And the letter said that my unit is under recall. So not to use it. And I talked to my doctor and he said, don't use it. We'll schedule a sleep study. Well, everyone now is getting new sleep studies to get new machines instead of waiting for the recalled ones to get mailed to you. I'm like 13,000, something like that. Over 10,000 people, at least, that I know of. Because the letters are numbered. It says your case number, and then they're numbered. And when I called them, I'm like, is it or isn't it on recall? Because if it's on recall, I can't sleep with it. Because it can cause cancer. And I've already had cancer once. I'm not taking that chance. I'm just not doing it. So I sleep and take naps, and I've been doing lots of other things with my health. Being seen by different doctors. I've gone to the dentist once. I've got ongoing things with that. So it's like Why aren't you getting a CPAP? That is why you're not getting a CPAP. You know, Deborah, you need one. You would definitely be on the list, but I don't even know if you can even get in with a sleep doctor right now to even be tested, a sleep lab. They're so backed up. I know here in Jersey they are, and I didn't even go to the hospital in Lakewood. Do you know what I mean? I went to the big deal in Long Branch, Monmouth Medical. You know, that's where I'm trying to get in at, and I'm like, I think I'm 4 weeks out now, 3 or 4 weeks out. I might get closer to it, but yeah. So it's like, yeah, it's a big thing, you know, and yes, but I need a sleep study to do it. And here's why, Todd. Because here in the state of New Jersey, they have different mandates, and they have different, they call them mandates, laws, whatever the heck they are. My insurance won't cover a new CPAP machine that's different, a different brand or a different type. Because not all, the company Philips Respironics has different models that are not on the recall. But because it's been over 5 years since my last test, they want me to have another sleep study. And that's the way, that's the way of getting a different brand. And the doctor can put in for a different one because of the recall. So it's just like little hoops that I have to go through that everybody's going through. I can't say like boo-hoo me because, number one, that's just not me. But number two, everybody who has had a CPAP, the Philips Respironics, and they have 4 out of 5 models. 4 out of 5 models that are under recall now. So I have a feeling they're going to wind up recalling, the other one too. But there's other companies that make it. You know what I mean? There's other companies that make it. So yeah, now that I know, I won't go with them again, of course. But it's been a journey, and I can't really say that it hasn't benefited me in a different sort of way. It's just made me rethink all the things that I take advantage of. And I take it for granted. Because when I take advantage of something, it's not people, it's things. And there used to be a time when I was younger when I would take advantage of people. And when I say people, I don't mean like people that I know of. It would be like strangers that I would pick up the phone, like with the electric company, with this company, with that company, with this, with that. When I was making appointments, I would basically, kind of like a lie. Not kind of like, it was a lie. I would make it seem more dramatic that, I have to go first because I have this problem and that problem and this problem and I was really dramatic. So I allowed people to have a misunderstanding of myself. And even that, it's just plain old manipulation and lying when you get down to it. So I don't do those things anymore. Not at all. When I had my awakening, it's like a light and a bell went off at the same time. And I'm just not who I used to be. So believe people when they say I have changed. Let them show you. Let them show you. But they will. If they've really honestly changed, they don't have a problem doing it. And neither did I. I still don't. There are still people who just have doubts. And that's fine. That's fine. I understand it. I get it. There are certain people who've lied to me, who've hurt me, that I still hesitate. And that's something that in the last couple of weeks I've been working on because I've had time to work on me. And, with me, what you see is what you get. So I've been wanting to come live to talk to you guys about it. It's easy for me to say, oh, I have insight about this. Oh, I know about that. I know about this and that. But it does me no good if I'm not being honest with myself and living my truth. You know, we all have a different truth to live. And I can't tell you what yours is. I can maybe tell you what your path is supposed to be, but it's really not my place to. And I won't go into anyone's energy unless they ask. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's hard to explain. But it's like, I can't talk about anyone else's awakening, but with my awakening, it was like a door was unlocked for me, and I walked through it. And once I walked through it, everything had changed. Everything was gone. And it was like everything was new and purposeful and truthful, to the fact that sometimes it was at my detriment, but I had to be truthful and honest with people. I was neurotic about it at first. I'm not so neurotic about it now, I think, because people now have seen my actions. Actions do speak louder than words. I will tell you that 110%. Actions speak louder than words. You want to get your point across? Show people. Show people who you really are. Because when people show you who they really are, you got to believe them. Why give someone second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth chances to hurt you? That's the opposite of self-care. So when I talk to you guys about the things I talk to you on here, it isn't because I feel I'm better than, because I'm not. I will be the first to say I am no better than anyone here, than anyone on God's given earth. I'm no different. I really am not. The one thing is I was gifted with, that maybe some of you aren't or aren't, is that I can connect with spirit on the other side. Don't ask me necessarily how, but Kristen, you're welcome. Being truthful now comes like second nature to me, or first nature, I should say. It's just something that's just, I don't even think of. I used to spend a lot of time when I was young, and don't forget, I started having children at 17. So when I mean young, I mean like 19, 22. The 20s were very hard for me. 20s were very, very hard for me. I led a difficult life, you know. It was a time that I woke up to being... Hi, Wanika. Hi, Michelle. It was a time I woke up to being, having to do something about my abusive husband. It was just a very tumultuous time with me. So the 20s were rough. And I would literally have a situation arise, and it was already to critical mass. And I would think about how I could manipulate a situation to make sure that I had food for my kids, that I had power for my kids, that I had these things. And I always would say, well, it's for my kids. Well, guess what else I was showing my kids? So, lucky for me, they came out pretty damn honest. But, we all, even though we have our best intentions, our kids all just have different little issues. And that's fine. That's the way it's supposed to be. There's no such thing as a perfect parent. We're not supposed to have perfect parents. But we are supposed to have parents who love us and who mentor us and show us the right things to do and how to come about, to that particular destination, And I love it. I love it now that I can sit back and see my children and how some of them automatically corrected. It's like autocorrect with the spelling, right? Drives you nuts. Well, in my case, I can sit back and I can watch my daughter with her kids, and I can see, like, the difference I've made, both the negative and the positive. But even those negatives, things that I perceived as negatives, my kids turned them into positives. Whether they did it without knowing or they did it with knowing. They did it. They did it. I mean, my kids aren't perfect. No one's kids are perfect. But I can honestly say I've been spending a lot of time over at my daughter's, and I enjoy it. And it's not just about playing with the kids. Yeah, I enjoy my grandkids. But it's nice sitting and talking to her. Do you know what I mean? So it's given me a new appreciation. I found that I was taking a lot of things for granted in my life. Like even the CPAP. That's all right. The machine helps me sleep. If I'm tired, I'll just put on the machine and eventually, because our body and our minds get used to routines. And you're going to see our wonderful recyclable guys come through here. I don't have anything today. But they're awfully nice. They do a hard job. That's somebody else that I don't, So anyway, I'm back. I was just thanking our recycling person. He does a good job. Sometimes I have a lot of things out. Sometimes a lot of people have a lot of things. But I find that the things that I used to do, I don't even hesitate now because it's just a waste of time. And it doesn't do any good. It doesn't do any good. Are you kidding? My memory is such that sometimes I need you guys to remind me what I did. So, I was going to come on earlier, I was. And it wasn't that, I was misrepresenting myself. I really was going to come on. But, yeah, don't feel like you're letting your kids down, honey. You realize it when they get older and they have their kids. That's when you sit back and you go, oh. And believe me, Margaret, you're meant to live a long life. There is no curse, just so you know. But anyway, it's just, it's been really wonderful. Really has been wonderful. And the things that I was taking for granted, like even the CPAP machine, like I was saying, oh, that's all right. It doesn't matter how late I stay up. The minute I put on the CPAP machine, in 5 minutes I'll be sleeping. And which was true. It really was true. But that doesn't mean that you take it for granted. You don't use that fact. You don't, use the fact that, oh, this person will help me out. I just have to tell them. Man, no. There are some things you need to keep to yourself because they'll help you out because of their nature, but that doesn't mean it's right. It doesn't mean that it makes me feel good to do it. So why would I do it? If it does not make me feel good in my soul, I'm not doing it. Not anymore. I was taking for granted, taking advantage of, taking advantage, really, it was, honestly, of a friend. And he used to call all the time, Ed. And Ed used to call, and he used to be my alarm, all right? And even when we weren't, together, like we'll never be together again like boyfriend and girlfriend, but we'll always be real good friends, It just wasn't happening for us romantically. I thought it was, but it wasn't. We lived too far away for it to even really have a chance. But at any rate, he used to call me every morning. And when I started to get sick this last time, I got upset. I realized, oh, shoot, I slept until like 12:30 that morning. I remember that morning so clearly. And I looked at the phone, and he hadn't called. And I thought, well, what the hell? Why didn't he call me? And then I was like, what? What did I just think? So I said it out loud. No see. Long time no see. But, yeah, so I talked to him, and I said, I had a bad feeling about you this morning. And he goes, what? No, I'm okay. I said, no, not that kind of feeling. I was like, I was upset with you, and I'm sorry. He goes, for what? You didn't tell me you were upset until just now. And I said, well, good morning to everyone just coming in. Good morning, Teresa. Good morning, Denise. Oh, Alicia was here earlier. I'm glad you're back. But yeah, the thing of it is that I had no right to be mad at him. He has a right to a life. He just happened, the girl he's seeing, he just happened to spend the night. And I wasn't the first thing on his mind in the morning. And there's nothing wrong with that. I was the one who had to apologize. I was the one who was wrong. And even though he didn't know that, I could have not apologized. He would have never known. It was a personal thought that I had. I didn't have to tell him, but I did. I did because there's got to be accountability in my life. If I don't tell somebody about my behavior, there's no accountability. Hi, Ashley. So I feel the need to tell. I have two people that I tell what's really going on with me. And I choose them for no other reason but because it's a matter of trust. It's a matter of trust. And the thing of it is that that's what I'm working on right now. I've learned to trust myself. Hi, Chetta. Hi, Ashley. I've learned to trust myself. Now I'm working on trusting others. I'm learning to trust others. It used to be that I would give you almost like a little test. Years ago, I would test your loyalty. Now I don't do that. I just listen to my instincts. Hi, Peggy. I can't tell you guys to listen to your gut if I'm not listening to mine. Coffee with Dawn started because I didn't want anyone to feel like they were alone, because I really knew in my heart of hearts that we're not alone. And I was asking my higher power, I was asking God, how do I get that across to everyone in a healing manner so that I'm not coming down like I'm looking down at you, but I'm holding my hand to lift you up. Do you know what I mean? It's all about empowerment. You guys are worthy. You are enough. We grow up sometimes thinking we're not enough. No matter what we do, it's not good enough. That is absolutely wrong. You are enough. I'm here to tell you today, you are enough. And you are worthy of good things, great things. Some of us have hard times. This morning I was in prayer. I got lost in prayer, actually. And then a phone call came through. And then a spirit came through for the person who called me looking for an address. So it was wild. So that's why I was late. My apologies. And sometimes that happens. I just come through. But the thing of it is that I trust now my guides. I trust now my gut. I trust everything about me because I know my essence. I know what I'm about. And it is all about healing. But, it's like that line, physician, heal thyself. So this time away from you, I worked really hard on healing myself and working on my trust issues. So now I have to say that I have 4 people. I started out as 2. Now I have 4 people that I will tell my personal business to. And not because I have anything to hide, but because I feel that the things that come across my plate, I'm not going to pour on yours. I'm not going to pour on yours. I have a really, really, really beautiful friend that I confide, I think, absolutely everything to. But this week was a really hard week for me for a lot of different reasons that she probably could have helped with. But you know what? I didn't tell her a lot of things. Not because I was hiding or because I was lying. None of that. Because I knew she had a really rough week coming up. This week has been so difficult for her for a lot of different reasons. She had enough on her plate. I just couldn't do it. I could not bring myself to do it. I know you are, Denise, but I couldn't do it, sweetheart. I just couldn't do it. Not this week. We have one of our Coffee with Dawn family who is going through a hard time as well, and I was praying for her this morning. She lost her dad, and then within maybe 24 to maybe 32 hours, she lost her sister-in-law. 2 separate reasons, but 2 very painful experiences. And, I can only pray for those people. I can't make the hurt go away. I would never, ever, ever, ever take away the pain that you're supposed to be feeling. I would never, ever, ever infringe upon your privacy to go through these very private moments when we're grieving. Grief takes on many different faces. Yeah, 2 days. There we go. He passed on Monday. She passed on Wednesday. Too darn close. When you think about it, that family lost 2 loved ones in 1 week. It's a lot of baggage to carry. A lot of tears for no one to catch. Some people literally have no one to wipe away their tears. And that's okay, because this too shall pass. And maybe by that next time they'll have someone to help wipe away their tears. Because family and friends can only do so much. When you're grieving, you're doing it for yourself, by yourself. You can have family surround you. You can have family give you loves and cuddles. But it doesn't take your pain away. So, Chris, just know I'm praying for you, honey. I've been praying for you. And you'll get through today. You'll get through the next couple days. Because you are a strong woman and because time here never stops. Just know that the gift of moving into spirit is that there is no such thing as time. It's divine. It's God's, not anybody else's. You won't find a watch there. You won't find a clock there. You may look at them, but the watch face will be blank. I can guarantee you I've seen it. So, yeah. So this morning I got caught in prayers, and then someone called and asked for an address, and then boom, her loved one came through. So I couldn't turn my back on that. I hope you guys can understand it. It's just who I am. If she was hurting for a different reason, because we all hurt for different reasons, and one hurt is not any better than another. So if you're thinking that your problems are the most catastrophic thing you could go through, you're wrong. Or that your problems are any bigger or better than anybody else, you're wrong. Because you don't know what people have on their plate. Eating is a private thing. Eating is a private thing. And when we have a plate in front of us, we're eating something. Whether we're eating grief, sorrow, pain, physical pain, emotional pain. We're all feeding off of that plate. Think about it. With her dad, it was beautiful. Yeah. He said, I'm done, call the family. So you knew he was ready, and you knew it was his time. The angels had already talking to him. They already talked to him. But, yeah. Anyway, with her sister-in-law, it was completely different. So just they left for 2 different reasons. They had 2 different things going on. You just can't compare one to the other. Hi, Mary. Welcome back, Cheddar. But I'm getting kind of shaky, so I'm going to get going because I woke up and my sugars were, it was a little low, and then I had a cup of coffee, and then it brought it up, but it was only at 110, so I'm sure by now it's going down again. So I'm going to go in and grab something to eat. And I loved talking to you out here in the sun. I've learned to appreciate the beautiful weather. This is what I mean. I had gone through almost the whole summer, without swimming in the pool. Without swimming in the pool. I was taking it for granted that pool was here whenever I was ready. Well, life isn't about when we're ready. Life is exactly the opposite. It's when we're not ready. Just saying. Yeah, he did leave before. He said that to me, actually. He needed there to be for her transitioning. He wanted to be there for her transitioning. Because she was young. It was, more of a tragic, Hiding out in the bathroom to join y'all. Let me tell you something, Kirsten. I use the bathroom quite often. I used to use it when my kids were little. It was my only peace and quiet. Well, I still use it from time to time. But I'm telling you, it's like, it was good for me. But I'm back. And at first, when all that was happening, I'm like, oh, okay, what's going on? What is going on? Why are all these things happening to me in succession? Okay, let me look at this. Let me step back. There must be a reason. And it was so I could look at myself and do some self-care and, deal with some of the things that I wasn't dealing with as I needed to grow. Yeah, Margaret, sometimes it's good to get out early. Sometimes it's not. That's right. Because there's always someone out there who's got it better than you, Teresa, and has got it worse than you. Oh, yeah, they're together. Yeah, Neva, when I was looking at her rock, I am in my little garden here. Let me just turn this around and show you. Where is it? All right. Oh, that's what I get to look at. Isn't that beautiful? Every day. So over here it's a little darker. But here that's Neva's flower. And I had Josie put her stone, and there's her stone right there. Let's see if you all can see it. Neva, with her date that she left. And that's all she really did. She just left. She's already out of reconciliation. She'll be back. Trust me. But she needs to be around family. I had her in a dream a couple nights ago. I forgot to tell y'all. Oh, that's right. And the first time going back live. But I'll be back. I know, man, that flower is beautiful. It lights up at night. It's gorgeous, gorgeous. And 2 other beautiful friends have the same one, I do believe. We all got them as a gift. Beautiful, beautiful. So hang in there, girls. Both Margaret and Kirsten. Yeah, she can come into your dreams now. They have to go through reconciliation first. Or they stop on the way as they're ascending. Hey, Chris. I just cleared up my tears for you. But that's all I'm going to cry for you today. Because I know that you will have loving people around you. And it'll be a positive day. I ask for positivity. And that's really hard to do when you're mourning. So, love you, Chris. Okay, Denise, yeah, I'm getting off here. I got to go. My sugars, I'm shaking. So I know my sugars are going down. I can feel when they go down. I really can. So, but I'll be back live tomorrow. Probably tomorrow morning is my guess. I'm going to shoot for the 10 o'clock time for a while and see how it goes. You have Armor on all your windows. Yes, Ashley, you can. Yes, Ashley. Y'all can ask for prayers, of course. Are you kidding? It's the one constant thing I will always do, have always done, is pray. Whether I do it in my car, whether I do it on my bed, whether I do it in the bathroom, whether I do it out here. It makes me feel good knowing that it's heard. Sometimes I don't get what I pray for, because I do pray for myself. And sometimes I don't receive it, but because sometimes the answer is no, or the answer is not now. I hear that a lot, not now. But yeah, thank you, Margaret. The vitamin D, it just really soaks in, Oh, that was another thing with all my blood work that I've been doing a lot lately. My vitamin D was in the tank. So I'm starting to feel better now that I have the vitamin D inside me, you know. But I love you guys. Thanks for being on for not only yourself, but for me, for us all, because we all need each other, even though we're never alone. See you tomorrow.